We're unmuted now.
Oh, we're unmuted.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to. Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of us, you guys want to.
Oh yeah. What's up with him?
He's still crazy. Still crazy. Still cool. Nothing surprising. What are we building?
Building an Auxilia.
Oh. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Whose machine is this?
Domingo?
Ringo. Is it Domingo?
Sunday.
Brad, in his backbone. What's up, chat?
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
That's good. Did he pick it out?
He took it out. When she's talking about the guy that whipped his junk out in the car, she's like, he took it out.
I don't remember that one.
Jerry's like, it out? He took it. Gross. No big flash on the screen today, I promise. No cap.
No cap.
No cap, no flash. This will be a non-adult, well, adult flash. And a disappointment to nobody. And a disappointment to absolutely nobody. I'll be remaining for the But yeah, let's go, Brad. Let's do the stream. Let's go. We'll combine it. If I can ask me anything.
Alright.
Ask me anything. Anything.
Let's
What was it like to shoot a man in Rio once to watch him die? What's that from? Shot a man in Rio once to watch him die. Is that a Johnny Cash song? Sounds like a Johnny Cash song. I feel like it's
shot a man in Reno. Yep, it's a Johnny Cash.
Feeling Johnny Cash today, man. Alright. Too lazy to go get a screwdriver and see my pocket. Let's say about getting hurt today.
Work smarter, not harder.
I mean, it would be better if it was. I'm already getting I'm already the next day. I'll be right back.
Sweet. Quick.
Today is Wednesday. Middle of the week, man. I'd say it's flying by. That's what it's not. It's dragging by. It's flying by. No, actually it's not. It's really dragging by. It's like a house. I'm making an unscheduled stream appearance, Brad.
Oh, Leslie, this is yours.
Leslie.
Should be under Domingo, yeah?
Lovely name.
Welcome, welcome.
Lovely Leslie.
He's been joining our streams for the last couple weeks.
Oh, yeah? Stuck with me.
Deep Stank says from up here it looks like Jacob got a haircut.
Jacob got a haircut. Well, you know what? Jacob's far better looking, way taller than you. Right? Let's be real. I got way better photos than Jacob. Way better. Not even close. My hair actually mentioned. Not even close. Honestly, I'm probably put a poll in the chat. Who's handsomer?
Yeah.
Age adjust for that. Age adjusted, who's handsomer? I'm way handsomer. Not even close. A handsome guy. Handsome feller, Brad. It's not very sticky. There we go. Why isn't that being sticky? Very disappointed at the quality of the adhesive on that, Brad.
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, ultimately, it's not going to matter once it's... But... Huh. There we go. Alright. Now it's in. That's what she said. I said there'd be no nudity. I didn't say... I didn't say it'd be a family-friendly stream. I said there'd be no nudity. He didn't take the Arctic thing, please. Tell me he didn't take the Arctic thing. Alright. Welcome to the stream, Leslie, whose PC we're building right meow. Right meow. Should I narrate like what I'm doing? What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so right now I'm taking this Arctic Clean, and what I'm doing is I'm prepping the surfaces of our cooling apparatus, as well as the IHS on the CPU. IHS is an acronym. It means Integrated Heat Spreader. Like that?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
See? You learn something every day.
Yeah.
I know all kinds of stuff. I do. I complain and I know things. I'm like Tyrion Lannister, except I don't drink. I don't drink and I have things. I complain and I know things.
What's up, Wolfie?
Wolfie Scootaloo. That Wolfie? Shout out Wolfie.
Yep. Leslie says is getting a free lesson in.
Free lessons. Lots of free lessons. That could be anything. Like, you know, surprise me. Try to stump me. Remember when they used to have Chris Berman on ESPN? And they would play Stump the Schwab? Because the guy knew, like, everything. About, like, everything. And they'd try to ask him these, like, weird-ass questions, and he always knew the answer. The guy was like a freaking Google bot before there was a Google bot with sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Ask me anything. Try to stump me. Let's play trivia. Something. Go ahead. Ask me a bunch of stuff. I'll pretend to be smart.
Let's go to ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Throw me some trivia questions. Tried out for Jeopardy once.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that.
I passed the 2 online tests, and then I went to the like interview portion. I guess they did not think that I was interesting enough for something. I don't know. Am I interesting, Brad? Am I interesting, Brad?
Yeah.
Brad,
Alright.
tell me I'm interesting.
You are interesting.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Are we beaming today?
We are beaming.
We are beaming. I am
Beam.
Beam. I am your resident beamer today. Beaming. Alright, trivia. Here we go.
All right.
Round one.
What is the only country whose name ends with an H?
With an H.
Yep.
Dude. Only country whose name ends with an H. Let's say. Damn it! You know what I did? I put the A and B bracket on there. Dumbass. Only country whose name ends with an H. Oh my gosh. Give me a hint. What continent is it on?
Asia.
Asia. It's on the continent of Asia. Let's see. It's not gonna be China, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia. Ending in H. Did anybody in chat get it yet?
Nope.
No.
Nobody yet.
Nobody yet. H.
Leslie says, I wish you had pink cords. I'm still happy with the black ones, though.
Mongolia? No, Mongolia. I'm trying to think of like all the countries in Asia, man. I'm trying to like picture a world map in my head. Let's see.
I actually don't.
What is it? What are you trying? What are you calling me? Oh, it starts with a. Okay, Liz is giving me a hint. She's like, it starts with a B.
Yep.
Let's see. Bahrain, no. Botswana, no. Wrong continent. Let's see. Benin is a country that starts with B. Never been in Benin.
I don't think I've ever heard of Benin.
Benin?
Yeah.
It's by like Togo.
Never heard of that one.
Togo. Benin. B-E-N-I-N. Never been in Benin. And then, let's see. Starts with a B, ends with an H. I'm gonna be super pissed when I hear it, because I'm gonna be like, damn it! I knew it the whole time. Should have gotten it. Let's see. Asian country. Dang, dude. Yeah, I can probably picture it if you tell me the name of it. Don't tell me the name of it. Starts with a B, ends with an H. Biatch! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What's up, Murphy? And Leslie got it.
Leslie got it?
Yep.
Dang, she beat me. Let's see. B. Dang it. It's in Asia, starts with a B, ends in an H. Why can't I think of it?
That was a pretty good hint.
What? Bang. Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Bangladesh. I like it. Alright.
Yeah, that was.
We're like playing fucking, what is it called? Charades?
Yeah.
Where you're like, sounds like.
Yeah.
Liz is over there shooting me. You know? Bang.
That wasn't a hint. That was just Liz.
That was just Liz shooting me. Right? She's in here miming my dad. They probably do that when I'm not here. Do you guys do that when I'm not here, Brad?
No.
No? Yeah, that means yes. So yeah, like, no. Brad's like, we only fantasize about your demise like on Thursdays.
Yeah. Once a week.
Once a week. Limited to once a week.
What letter must appear at the beginning of every aircraft registration number in the United States?
N.
Yep. As I was reading that, I was like, you probably know this.
Yeah.
All right. On to literature.
Literature. I'll take literature for 0, please, Brad.
What is the name of the fictional language created by J.R.R. Tolkien for the elves?
Oh, damn it. The name of the language that Tolkien created for the elves.
I don't even know how to say it.
I know the font.
I
can picture the thing, because we were doing that class. Actually.
Murphy, the second one you said is correct.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
what fucking nerd in chat now. Bam, I knew that right away.
Murphy.
Murphy, you Lord of the Rings nerd. Good for you though, honestly. Great books, great movies, all the way around. Killer. Define the genre, really. Lord of the Rings. Dude, remember when we did that sick ass build with the painting that Matt did?
Yeah.
Like Helm's Deep. It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep and Gandalf's flying over on the.
Yep.
That was sick.
We did a cool etch for that one too, right?
We did a cool etch for that one too. That was the one that Liz did the script.
With the okay.
And we did like a silhouette of the characters.
I did, yeah.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the ring.
We made the light
right.
box for the.
Oh,
eyes
yeah,
saw
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I liked that.
We should find a picture of that and post it in chat. That was a fun project.
Do
If
we
you
have
can't
pictures?
find it, I have it.
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to do more of those
I took
light
pictures
boxes.
of that
Yeah,
one for
send
sure.
them.
Okay.
We need to do more of those light boxes. That was a relatively inexpensive mod that like came out super clean. Like, and I was like, man, we got to do more of these, And then we just didn't because,
Yeah.
because ADD.
What's up, Gab? Gab says, "What's up, guys? New here. Would love to order Legionnaire 2.0 soon."
Do it. We'll be around. Whatever. We're happy to have your business anytime. Today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whatever. I got 6 kids, man. I'll be building PCs till I'm dead.
When did we do that? Was that like November?
Yeah, it was November because I think I was going on vacation. Because I don't think I ever. I don't
you
think
were
I
on
saw.
your cruise.
Yeah, I don't think I saw
Yeah.
the finished product.
Because you did the graphics for the light box.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
My pictures are not. So there's the.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can't really see the because they're the. I wonder if I took one. Let's see if I can-
I bet you could find in website listings, like the archived ones. I bet you could find the real photos,
Oh, cool. Thank you.
like the real
Did we-
photos of it.
Did we post it? It wasn't.
I think we posted it on Instagram too, didn't we? I would have thought we did. If we didn't, we're dumb because that thing was sick,
Yeah, let
and
me
we
check.
totally should have.
Yeah, because we did the AIO. That was the.
Oh, that's
AIO
cool.
picture.
Oh, you can kind of see it in there.
Place
You
is cool,
zoom
dude.
in.
What's
Is
up?
Is it?
The place.
Yeah,
The parenting place is gonna have a bar and food and everything.
yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah.
Remember that we were talking
Yeah.
about that?
Dude, bar, food right in the Arboretum.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the
See,
Arboretum.
that's okay. Down by, dude. Remember when Pinstripes used to be down there?
Yeah.
Did you ever eat at Pinstripes?
It's like
No, I never did
Pinterest
pinstripes.
still there.
Pinstripes. Is it still there?
Yeah.
Dude, they got like bocce ball and shit there.
Yeah.
We did the OG's retirement party at Pinstripes.
That's a great place to do it.
I just sent you all the ones that I have.
Oh,
So
sweet.
you can pick from there.
Yeah, Pinstripes was sick, dude. That's the Pinstripes is a good time.
Yeah.
Is that like a one-off or is that a franchise?
It's a franchise.
Is it? I don't know. I've never seen another one.
Yeah, there's another one. Like in Deerfield.
Deerfield.
Yeah.
Deerfield bougie. Deerfield.
One of my friends had their wedding there.
Oh yeah. See that, dude? I mean, it's that kind of place. Our rehearsal dinner was there.
Oh, really?
Pinstripes, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Denise. At the one in the Arboretum, though. I've never seen another pinstripe. I mean, I'm sure obviously there is one, but I never seen it. Never seen it. All right, lay me out. What's the language? I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna get it.
It is. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Quenya.
Only answering in English. That's not an English word. Pass.
All right.
Pass.
Pass.
Doesn't count. If I can't answer in English, bro, I don't know. Unless it's like, how do you say cuss words in Spanish or something? I got you. I got you, bro.
Murphy says, fun fact, the 2.0 Legatus with the 5090 is technically a 1 horsepower PC.
Wow. All right. 1 horsepower.
I remember him somewhere he mentioned, maybe it was last stream, I don't remember, but he
How
said
do they calculate
he
a horsepower?
calculated.
Is it based off of like a particular kind of horse? Because some horses are more powerful than others, Brad.
Good point.
I mean, is it a Clydesdale or is it a show pony? Like, you know.
All right, question for ChatGPT here.
ChatGPT. What is a horsepower based off of?
Okay.
I imagine certain horses are more powerful than other horses.
It's because 1 horsepower is 745 watts.
745 watts. What's up with that? See what I did there? What's up with that, Branston?
What is a horsepower?
How much force would a horsepower to horsepower? Something.
Oh, 1 horsepower is the power needed to move 550 pounds 1 foot in 1 second.
What? Who comes up with this shit? Dude, we'll do anything not to use the metric system.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
America! Like, damn.
Oh, man.
We'll come up with any
Yeah.
cockamamie.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll come up with any cockamamie bullshit not to use. We'll call it horsepower, Brad.
Yeah, it's because 1 horsepower is 745 watts. That's true.
Man, we'll do anything not to use the metric. I swear. Let's go.
What's the best combo CPU and GPU for the Legionnaire 2.0 AMD build?
I guess it just depends on usage, probably. You know, are you streaming? Are you editing? Are you know?
What happened to Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer died.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, he was sick for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think it was surprising at all. Damn it, Bradsky, I forgot to put the standoffs in there. I always do that. That's what happens. That's what happens, man. You guys are spoiled. You watch Jacob do this all the time, and he comes in here and he just does everything like from muscle memory. You know what I mean? And then I think we need to have like people come in and that don't build like 1,000 computers a month.
Yeah.
And show them doing it, because people get the idea that it's like so easy when they see him do it, and I'm not saying it's like super hard, but it's not that easy. You gotta pay attention, unless you're just totally on autopilot. Like me, I'm on autopilot. I just forget stuff. I'm on like geriatric autopilot. You know, where are my teeth? Like, yeah, Val Kilmer died, man. See, everyone, I was reading about it this morning while I was feeding the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting on the couch feeding the baby, and he's driving Eleanor to school. And that's when I found out that Val Kilmer died. Because, like, you know, of course, the first thing I saw about it was a meme that somebody sent me. Which was probably not kind to the departed Val Kilmer. But then I was like, oh damn, Val Kilmer must have died. Like, you know, because why else would anyone be talking about Val Kilmer? It's not like he's making new shit.
Yeah.
No offense, but you know, why else would you be talking about him? which, you know, it doesn't make it less sad, but I'm, you know, so you go and you read the, you know, the like articles, you know, oh, people say, you know, they always say nice things about you after you're dead. It'd be nice if we made more of an effort to like say nice shit about people while they're still alive to hear it.
Right?
They could like feel better about themselves. Like that might be something cool to do. But everyone talked about like obviously, you know, being Iceman, the original Top Gun, whatever. Dude, not a single thing I read talked about Tombstone.
Yeah, right?
Which is bullshit because Tombstone is 1000% his like magnum opus role in my completely correct opinion. Like, I mean, you know, why Johnny Ringo? You look like someone just walked over your grave. That's iconic. That's iconic cinema.
Man, I haven't seen Tombstone in
I'm telling
so
you,
long.
in my opinion, Tombstone is the quintessential Val Kilmer role. Doc Hollywood in Tombstone, the best, like, you know, and I'm not one of those cinema nerds. It's like, oh, his range. I don't even know what that shit means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a cinema buff or whatever. I'm not the guy that's Citizen Kane is the best movie ever. Like, it's black and white. It sucked. The cameras were trash. Like, I'm not saying like it's not classic. The storyline wasn't compelling. Whatever. I'm saying like, you know, have you seen a Marvel movie? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Citizen Kane, actually.
Yeah. See, how good could it be? You didn't even see it. The best movie of all time. It's so great that like most people never even saw it. You know, it's like one of the things that like, it's like if you're pretending to be super educated about a topic, it's what you say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, actually, Brad, Citizen Kane is like the all-time best, the camera angles and the lighting and you know, like that's something some pseudo-intellectual bag would say.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you have a degree in political science? In that case, I'll take extra foam on my latte. Master's degree in poli-sci. You're just some loser that researched on Reddit.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll today. I'm on a heater today, Brad. I had that extra cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get canceled.
Leslie says, do I need to save everything like my Minecraft worlds on a hard drive to switch over to this one, or do I sound stupid? No, you don't sound stupid.
I can't hear you at all. So no idea. But I bet you sound lovely.
But yes, you do need to, if you want to transfer like Minecraft worlds or something like that.
Save them in the cloud.
Yeah, you can save them in the cloud.
Save them in the cloud, man. Save them in the cloud. In the cloud.
Google Drive it.
Google Drive it. Use that free Google Drive space that you get with your Gmail account that they send the scanners through and harvest all your data. You know, as Brad is aware, I'm very libertarian with my worldview and whatever, but for somebody who's like very libertarian, I'm highly unconcerned by like I should be offended that like I know they're like reading all my emails and harvesting and I just don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just don't care. I should. Like I feel like I should care. I almost feel guilty that I'm not bothered by it, but I just don't care. I feel like I'm like letting myself down. I'm missing an opportunity to be outraged. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm missing a legitimate opportunity to be outraged about something. by not caring if they scan my email data. Like it's some outrageous invasion of privacy, and I'm like, read every email I ever sent. You're just gonna find out that like I'm really boring. Man, this guy don't do shit. Like, all he does is like hang out with his kids and play video games. Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. Profile me. I dare ya. They'll be like, dude, this guy's boring. Seriously? He's 44 and he collects Pokemon cards? Don't judge me. I do it for my kids. I do it because the kids like it. Same reason I collect baseball cards and, other things that are going to be awesome someday.
Dude, the tech at the sim racing thing was telling me that the wheels that they use have so much like
Newtons.
and he already had somewhat of a messed up, like he was healing already from a previous injury in his pinky bone, and it was going like this and everything, and he was trying to let go. He let go of this hand, but this right hand thumb lock. He has that issue where it just like will lock into place.
Yeah.
So it corked down and it re-snapped the bone in his hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah, George was telling me for the Sim Gaming Expo that like SimiCube, the booth that's gonna be next to us, they make them where they have to basically. He's like, nobody puts it at 100%.
No, he's
like
You get those
most people do,
direct
like-
drive wheels, dude. They can like the Fanatec.
Yeah.
Deb was telling me about the Fanatec ones because she's got a Fanatec.
he just got a whole spiel about not to get
Fanatec?
whole spiel. Never buy it.
Fanatec?
That's what he said.
Dude, Fanatec shit is
I
great.
don't know. He was just like very, very, very adamant, specifically that never ever buy it.
Huh.
He's only had it do.
Hmm.
But that could just be like personal.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
Bad units.
Deb was telling me that she had a bunch of different stuff because she's got the NLR chassis, but she doesn't have all the wheels and pedals and stuff. Her wheels and pedals are Fanatec. And she was telling me she used to have Thrustmaster stuff, and Thrustmaster is my nickname in high school.
Oh my god.
And yeah, so she was telling me that she's done all the different ones because she goes to all these expos because she's always shooting, and she's like the Fanatec ones are hands down the best. And I'm like, but I can imagine something like that being like people having like very
His
strong
firmware
personal
issues with
preferences.
He doesn't have like the parts he said are great. But the hardware's great.
Yeah,
It's like they put specific chipsets.
I feel like maybe his info's outdated because Corsair owns Fanatec now. Fanatec.
He said
used to
since
be-
Corsair acquired Fanatec, the customer support has been very bad.
Oh really?
Yes, very good. He has like 3 brick.
TJ, your list is on your desk.
Thank you.
Don't forget Illinois
Oh yeah,
at the top of the list.
yeah. It doesn't take long. I just have to get it done today.
But there's a bunch of things on there, so
Alright.
have fun. I'm heading
I'm
out.
sure it'll be fun.
Bye.
Now that Murphy says, now that I'm thinking about it, how long does shipping usually take?
Depends on where in the country you are.
Where is he?
What state are you in, Murphy?
State of despair. Oh, you're asking him.
Yeah.
My bad. I mean, life is great.
And your wife watches.
Everyone should have 6 children. Everyone should have 6 children. You get tons of sleep, and it's not as expensive as you think.
Horses, coal, whiskey, and sadness.
Yes.
So Kentucky? Yep. Okay.
Kentucky.
Old Kentucky.
Kentucky
Yeah,
in
baby.
2 days.
I'm a Kentucky native.
2 days, 3 tops.
Okay.
From the
I'm a
day that we
Kentucky
ship it.
native, baby.
So,
I was born in Covington, Kentucky. And I always get a nice little chuckle when I write KY. Because I'm obviously obviously like a junior high sense of humor.
What's up, Valkyra?
Valkyra in the chat.
Hey, Liz, what about Nebraska
What about Nebraska?
for shipping?
Omaha. 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 Little Peyton Manning, audible.
Yeah.
Line of scrimmage for you. Omaha.
Liz left.
Nebraska's usually 4 days.
Oh, really? 4
Yeah.
days?
3 to 4. Depending on if you're in one of their like 2 cities or not. I'm not knocking it. We only have like 2 cities in Illinois.
Fair.
Yeah.
I always thought everybody was over exaggerating about how flat Nebraska was
Yeah.
until I drove through it.
Dude. One of my all-time favorite memes about Nebraska is from Dumb and Dumber when they're riding their motorbike, you know? That John Denver's full of shit.
Leslie says, listen, I don't like it here.
You don't like it? Why not? What's wrong with Nebraska? Home of the Corn Huskers, baby. One of my all-time favorite peoples from Nebraska. Now she's in Colorado.
Who's that?
This girl I actually met when I was in the Army. We were in airborne school together. Just stayed in touch like over the years.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. She's married. Never to me. Never had that kind of relationship. She was always just super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the same music and stuff and whatever. But we just always stayed in touch. She owns like a what the hell are the people that do there's a technical name for it. I'm just too stupid to know what it is. The people that do like lashes and all of the esthetician.
Okay.
She's an esthetician. And she's got her own like shop in Colorado in Loveland, just out by Fort Carson. So it's out by the like the Air Force Academy and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful area, but she's from a Nebraska farm family. Super cool lady. Her husband Bryce is actually a cool guy, other than he's a 49ers fan, which makes him a freaking dork. But other than being a 49ers fan, he's cool. Because we all know all the California teams are trash. I just love talking smack about all the sports fans everywhere. It's my shtick. Northeast sports fans. You see there's a controversy about the Yankees now with the new bats.
Oh,
The
yeah,
new
yeah.
torpedo bats.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
The guy's like, dude, I love the clapbacks on Twitter where one of the Brewers pitchers was like, yeah, it's the Yankees, so they won't do anything or whatever. And then some person responded with like the pitch tracker where the pitch was like right freaking in the middle that got hit. And he's like, hey, maybe don't throw it here. Like, maybe it's not the bat. Like, maybe you grooved it right down central. Like, maybe it's like you threw a pitch to Aaron Judge, who's like one of the best hitters of a baseball of all time. And you threw it like middle, like a freaking cookie, and he parks it in the C-suite. Like, what did you think was gonna happen, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you threw that pitch to that guy in that situation, and then he cracked it over the fence, and you're like, that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
what? What are you thinking, man?
Didn't they hit like 7 home runs or something?
In one game.
In one game.
There was a lot of weird stuff going on with like the weather and stuff though. It was very like, it was windy and like the wind was blowing out and the ball was like carrying a lot and whatever.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I grew up playing a lot of baseball, and I can tell you that, dude, you could have the exact same like hit in just different conditions, man. There's days where you could hit it and it could go up into the wind and just die. And then there's days where you could hit it and it could go up into the wind and just fly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you could have the same, and And then the physics of it, I mean, it can be dramatic. Like, especially at the professional level, where, like, the margins are already small between, like, because if somebody has a career, like, 300 batting average, if they've been around for a long time, that's a Hall of Fame level career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're, like, a career 250 hitter, like, dude, unless you belted, like, 1 billion home runs or were, like, a defensive wizard or something, like, you're some dude that played ball. Like, you know, like 50 points on your batting average. Well, that's 1 hit out of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So, like, out of 20 at bats, the guy with a 300 average gets 6 hits, and the guy with a 250 average gets 5. Like, that's, you know, if you play 6 days a week and get 4 at bats a game, it's like 1 hit a week.
Oh yeah, that's
like a hit a week difference between a Hall of Famer and like some journeyman guy that was pretty good. It's
Oh,
wild.
wow.
Yeah, the margins are tiny. It's like the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball. Especially now with these guys all jacked up, like, you know, the spin rate on these pitches and some of these balls are moving like 14 inches side to side. It's like, you know, while they're doing 90 miles an hour. No, I'm out. Out on that. Can't even see it probably at my age. Be like, what just happened? All right, back to trivia. Let's do more trivia.
all right. Next literature question.
Literature.
Who wrote The Master and Margarita, a novel banned in the Soviet Union for decades?
The Master
And Margarita.
and Margarita. Damn. Is this something you know? Is this common knowledge?
No. I don't think I've ever heard of Master and Margarita.
So if it was banned in the Soviet Union, it must have been a Russian author that wrote it. I'm going to say Dostoevsky.
Nope.
No?
Mikhail Bulgakov?
Never heard of him.
Mikhail Bulgakov. I don't know. Okay, science.
Mikhail Bulgakov. I did not have Mikhail Bulgakov.
Yeah.
Mikhail.
Mik-
Yeah. In English, we call that Mike.
Mike, yeah.
I said, don't give me shit that's not in English.
Yeah.
What are you doing to me, man?
What element has the highest melting point of all elements?
Is it a natural element, or is it one of those ones like Einsteinium that they made in a lab?
Natural. If I remember
Natural?
right. Yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's natural.
It's natural. It's all natural. It's only natural, Brad. It's all natural, baby. The highest melting point?
Yeah. Oh, Murphy got it right already.
Really?
Yep.
Damn. Was it carbon?
Mm-mm.
No. Shit, I don't know.
Tungsten.
Tungsten. I should have got that. I'm wearing tungsten.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, on my wedding band.
I think it's also super heavy too. It's super.
It is
dense.
super heavy. Yeah, it's incredibly hard.
Yeah.
What is it, like Mohs hardness scale? That
Mohs.
tells you like how hard things are. Like a diamond, it's Mohs, M-O-H. M-O-H apostrophe S hardness scale.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So,
Yep, it is. Yep. Oh,
told you.
someone just subscribed.
Let's go.
JCar1966, what's up from Kick?
What up?
How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for kicking it. It's a dad joke. Can't help myself. I'm a dad. A lot of times. Is 6 kids a lot
I would say that's a lot.
by like modern standards?
Yeah.
I mean, my grandpa doubled me up, dude. He had 12.
Did he really?
Yeah. Catch either one of my grandpas. My one granddad had 12 and my other one had 8.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
I know I got 6 kids and I'm an underachiever. Like, not even the most prolific breeder in my own family. Dang, dude. Talk about getting served a little slice of humble pie.
What's up, hazelnuts?
These hazelnuts. All right.
Jacob is here, but TJ's building.
Jacob was not here when you started.
Yeah, Jacob was not here.
Jacob was repairing a machine for Chicago Sim Racing today. And so he was on site at their facility.
Murphy says tungsten is a 7.5 mo and a diamond is a 10.
10 mo. Give me mo.
All right. What is the only known metallic element that is liquid at room temperature besides mercury?
Oh, besides mercury. I was going to get it.
Yeah.
Mercury. And then you're like, besides mercury. Damn it. Metallic element. Let's see. A metallic element.
That is incorrect, Murphy.
Oh, minus 50 DKP.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a minus 50 DKP. You are going to DPS slowly.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Stream of consciousness here.
Yeah.
Stream of consciousness here on the stream today. All right. Let's see. Metallic at room temperature. Is that what you said?
Yep. Or liquid at room temperature.
Liquid at room temperature.
Murphy got it right.
What do we consider room temperature, Brad? I need a ruling from the judges. Whose room? Your room
Let's
could be
see.
hotter than mine. Metal that's liquid at room temperature.
Find out the melting point.
Melting point of hazelnuts. Let's go.
Melting point is at 85 degrees Fahrenheit
Of this particular element?
of this element, yeah.
So room temperature is 85? Where are these rooms? I would be sweating like a whore in church.
But if you hold it in your hand, it'll melt.
If I
so it's like
hold it in
chocolate.
my hand, it'll melt. It's not Mercury.
It's not mercury.
It's Venus. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No. We're not doing planets. No, we're not. That's like a Beavis and Butthead answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's not Mercury. Is it Venus? No, dumbass. Venus isn't a metal. It's a planet. Is it a common metal? Is it cobalt?
No. I don't know. I would say it was
Common?
common.
Am I gonna be mad when you tell me the answer and I didn't get it? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
You want me to tell you the first letter?
Yeah.
Starts with a G.
Starts with a G.
Yeah. Get that Celsius garbage out of here. Those
Yeah.
hazelnuts.
Yeah. Great. Metric system.
Standard room temperature is 27°C.
27. See your way out of here with your metric garbage.
Which I think is like 75 or something. 76.
75, something like that. Sorry, I'm cable managing, guys. That's what I'm doing. I'm like tightening it up back here. Let's see. Dang, dude. G. And is it like galatium or something stupid? I forget. What is it?
Gallium.
Gallium. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know the real name of it though. No, I would have never got that. What the hell is gallium? You ever seen gallium?
Only on YouTube.
I don't think I've ever seen gallium in my whole life. Like for real, like in person. Like, yo,
Yeah, I don't
Brad,
think so.
you got any of that gallium?
Yeah.
Bro, you got some gallium I can borrow? Like, let me borrow some of your gallium, bro. You'd be like, what?
There's one metal, I forget what it's called, but you can chew it like gum.
Is it a ferrous metal?
It might be. I don't think gallium's
Ferrous?
very well.
Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller? Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
idiom.
What?
Is the one you can choose chew like gum.
Idiom?
Yeah.
Or iridium? IRI?
No. Indium. Sorry.
Indium.
Indium.
Indium mouth? Into your mouth. What? Put it into your mouth. Is that how they name
Snurp says, "Great job on the PC on the build. Y'all the best."
that? Yeah. Thank you.
Valkyra says they used to put mercury in thermometers.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. My dad.
Valkyra, shout out Valkyra, famous Final Fantasy player. For those who are not familiar.
First time I ever saw mercury was when a thermometer fell to the floor, and all the little balls of
Valkyra
mercury.
herself in the chat today. Valkyra, famous Final Fantasy player from Final Fantasy 11.
F11.
I believe she's still active in FFXI. Very high profile Final Fantasy player in the chat today, kids. Let's see.
Leslie said, "I'm so excited to get it." PC. Get it.
That's what Jen says all the time.
Get it.
Oh yeah.
Valkyra says, "Yep, I still play. Just been busy."
Just been busy. Me
Velitus
too.
says, "How's the PC build going?" It's going pretty
PC
good.
build is going. If Jacob were doing it, it'd be done already. But I talk too much and I don't work as fast as Jacob. Especially when I'm streaming. But hey, whatever. It's getting done. Get it done right. Do it right.
Jesus.
Don't blame Jesus. Not his fault, Brad.
I changed this because I wanted something different. Text tone.
Now you're getting like,
And now I'm.
now you're like, why did I do that?
Yep.
Did I tell you about the time I changed the ringtone on my mom's phone for her
Yeah.
birthday?
Yeah.
That's still one of my favorite stories. How do I change it back? My dad, it's getting really old. You need to change it back. It was something super obnoxious too.
Was it?
Oh, I don't even remember what it was. I just remember how pissed everyone was. You know, it's like back in the day when you had to like pay for ringtones on your phone.
Yep.
You know, like who does that? It's like WinRAR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like people will pay for merch that's based on a WinRAR meme that's based on no one ever paying for WinRAR, which is ridiculous because the WinRAR backpack did more money than WinRAR or whatever.
Did it really?
I think I read something. I don't know if it's true. It's an apocryphal story. Apocryphal. Meaning, you know, like, we don't know if it's actually true, but we want it to be because it's funny. Because if it was true, it would be hilarious. And as Larry tells me, you can't spell hilarious without Larry. So yeah, alright. More trivia.
All right, we're moving on to space now.
Space! Man, I don't know anything about space, bro.
Which planet has the shortest
Uranus.
day in the solar?
I just wanted to say your names.
I should have known.
You teed that one right up for me.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, come on. Did you really think I wasn't gonna just hit that one right out of the park? You grooved that.
Yeah. Yeah. The bat.
It's the bat. The bat. Must be the bat. Gotta be the bat.
What's up, Angel? How's it going?
That the angel?
It is the Angel.
The angel. Ladies and gentlemen. Angel.
Oh, we have a question. Would the higher end GPUs and CPUs still be air cooled as an option, like a 5080 and a 9950X3D?
The 5080 would for sure be air cooled.
Yeah.
But in like what What's the context that I'm missing here? I feel like I'm missing context, Brad.
Can you air cool 9950X3D?
Sure. Sure. Requires a lot more thought.
Yeah.
Than just slap an AIO on it. It requires a well thought out system design. But yes, you can absolutely, and a high end air cooler, such as a Noctua NHD15S Promax Dot Black, or a Gambius P62D, whatever the hell it's called, which I like because it evokes memories of the Deep Cool AK620 Digital, which was a very good air cooler, and I really dig the display on it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because I'm into gimmicky shit like that.
I miss deep cool stuff.
I just like stuff that's like, you know, shiny, you know.
Mitch Lane says, I wonder if they're using black electric tape on high-end builds.
I use black electric tape on every build.
It helps with shipping, especially, you know, you wrap
so
the connections for the
where
fans.
I put the electric tape, and I'm not done cable managing this yet, but when you plug these 5-volt ARGB headers into one another, they're daisy chains. So if you don't electrical tape them together, they have a tendency to come apart during shipping, and there's no way in hell that you can expect a customer like, oh, open up the back of your PC case and start following all your cable. Like, it's an unrealistic expectation, and then you'll end up with like a whole daisy chain of fans that doesn't light up right and whatever. So PCs are expensive, electric tape is cheap. So yeah, shipping PCs is expensive, electric tape is not expensive. Does it take an extra couple of minutes to assemble the PC? Yes, it does. Is it time and money well spent? Yes, it is. And we do it on all the build. When it's, you know, I mean, we don't electric tape every single joint everywhere, but the ones that would have a tendency to come loose during shipping, we do tape.
Party Up Live says, do you suggest water cooled for that combo, the 9950X3D with the 5080?
Definitely suggest an AIO or a super high-end air cooler for 9950X3D.
My current PC is 10 years old. I really want a new one.
I would also like to know where you're finding 9950X3Ds.
Yeah.
We have them, but unfortunately, I can't buy any more right now because no one has them. Other than the scalpers that should be dragged out into the alley and shot and put in a dumpster. I'm sorry, did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought this was a man.
What's up, Zombie Dust?
Zombie. That's my go-to. You hear the word zombie. There is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Haunting ballad from probably like the 90s at this point. God, I'm old.
Yeah.
But that was like a clapback. Alexander was like, "You're from the 1900s." I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're from the 1900s. Like, dang, dude. Going a little hard in the paint there, son.
Oh,
From the 1900s. Yeah, man.
shit.
God.
That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Sounds terrible. And yet, here we are.
Yeah.
Totally from the 1900s, man. Gee, Christmas. Oh. Sucky. Whatever.
9070 XE or 7900 XTX?
For 4K or not 4K?
That is the question.
That is the question. Do you have an application that will actually benefit from the extra VRAM? Because the answer is probably no. Even if you think it's yes. No. It's just very fashionable to talk about VRAM.
Zombie Dust is one of my favorite beers. Y'all heard of Three Floyds? Yeah. I've
Oh,
heard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gumball Head and Are you with me on the pale ale, Brad? That the only appropriate way to drink it is to pour it right down the sink.
Yes.
IPA.
I hate IPA.
How to properly enjoy an IPA? Dump it out. Drink something out.
When my dad and I were making beer, that's how we decided we had a good IPA. Was by how disgusted we were when we tasted it.
You were when you tasted it.
Dude,
See you, Jack.
Zombie Dust is doing 4K.
4K, then I would do the 7900 XTX.
Then Burning Pulse says, "How big is your team, and how are you guys? And are you guys busy with orders?"
We are super busy with orders because it is tax return season. So as you would imagine, quite a few folks out there in PC land are taking advantage of refund season and buying some gaming PCs. So that's good. Our team is, let's see, 7? 6, 7? 7?
2,
7,
4, 6.
6, 7, 7.
Yeah.
Less than 10.
Yes. Bill Carrot says, "I'd rather drink Line and Cool grapefruit shandy or a hard cider."
Or a hard cider. I think that.
Summer shandies.
All right. Remind me. There was a comment made earlier in the stream about cables. Remind me what it was. Wish the pink was available.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she still here? We're almost
Leslie.
to the cable for this. Leslie. Leslie, are you here? Paging Leslie. Paging Leslie, are you here?
She's here.
She's here. All right. I am going to do a thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run into the warehouse right quick. I'm going to grab a couple of different sets of cables that do have pink in them. And I'm going to hold them up to the machine live for everyone in the world to see. And then you tell me which one you like better. So, give me like 1 minute. I think this will be a worthwhile exercise.
I think so.
Alright. Bear with me. I will return momentarily.
I believe we have some 5080s in stock. Mitch? Believe we do. And I know we're getting some more. It's starting to become a little easier to get 50 series now. Not 5090s, but it's refund season and it's also new GPU release season. Yep, I actually grabbed 5070 Ti a couple weeks ago. I've been loving it ever since. I don't think I've ever had a gumball head, but I know 3 Floyd.
Almost back. All right. So, do we have Leslie?
Leslie is here. You ready, Leslie?
Here. All right, Leslie. As this is your machine, we do have a couple of cable options that involve pink. So this is white, black, and pink. It's not like a full-on pink, but you've got a lovely pink accent stripe in the middle. I rather enjoy. I have to say this would be my choice of the available options. However, as it is not my PC, I shall accede to your wishes. This is dark brown, gray, and pink. Which honestly, probably not your jam for this build. This would look actually good in one of those like M3s, like A3s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, Nonetheless, an option for you. And then here is just the regular black cable. So
She says pink, black, and white for sure.
pink, black, and white for sure. My thoughts exactly.
And yes, Burning Pulse, we do have Strimer cables.
We do
An
have
option.
Strimer cables. We're using the wireless Strimers now. We're using the wireless version of the Strimers now. Wireless. Strimer wireless.
Is 4K a meaningful upgrade from 2K? I upgraded from 1080p to 1440p, and it shattered my reality, but that's also because my 7900 XTX can run everything on max settings. I would say it depends on your monitor size.
7900 XTX can still run everything in max settings in 4K.
Oh, can it really?
Oh yeah. Now you may not push like 100 and whatever frames. You may get less than 100 frames. But honestly, if you're playing a game in 4K, you shouldn't be playing a game that's frame rate dependent.
It's fair.
If you want a game that's, frame rate dependent, if you're playing shooters and multiplayer co-op or whatever, don't play in 4K, you savage. Doing the Gene Kinnison. Here, I suck. I just want to make it look cool.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite customers, honestly. Doing the Gene. We do have a small handful of people that play FPS games in 4K because they just want it to look cool or they're getting killed. I mean, whatever. If that's your jam, I play in 4K, but I only play games where you're like moving armies around a map and stuff. Because my internal system latency is too high. Like, there's a guy, oh, he shot me.
Yeah.
I see a dude, oh, I'm dead. Damn it. There's a dude over there, oh, he killed me. Dag nabbit. I've officially reached dag nabbit age. Dag nabbit. That fella over there shot me right before I seen him.
Yeah.
That's my esports experience.
Dadgum.
Dadgummit. Dadgummit, that fella shot me before I seen him. That other feller done it too. Darn it.
4K in some games has trouble, like Wukong, but 60 FPS is solid for most things. You have to decide whether you want 2K at 100 FPS, 100 plus FPS, or 4K at 60.
Yeah, unless you're playing games that have DLSS. Then you can have the best of both worlds. Like Hannah Montana. It's the best of both worlds. You can get ray tracing in frames.
Hey, Astro Manny rated. What's up? Oh wow, 48 viewers.
48!
Hell yeah, thank you, Astro.
Dang, dude.
Thanks, Manny.
Thanks for the raid. Raiding. So what we're doing, if you're just raiding, building a dadgum PC for Leslie, who just told us she wanted these cables. And so we're putting them in the machine for her, because that's what we do.
Murphy, DLSS 4 is actually awesome.
We're going to have a talk about DLSS now, Brad, since you said the magic word.
Oh, front can died.
DLSS.
Yeah.
DLSS. Do you know what DLSS means?
Deep learning super sample.
Yes! Brad has heard my spiel before. Yes, DLSS means deep learning super sampling. And so essentially what it does is it takes a rasterized frame, which is a frame that is traditionally generated by your GPU, call it horsepower, back to that, And if you've got a Legatus with a 5090, you have a full horsepower in your machine. I learned that today. So your rasterized frames are going to generate, like frame here, frame there, frame here. What DLSS does is it goes, well, we've seen these last 3 frames. We think the next frame is going to look like this. And it goes ahead and artificially generates that frame without actually having your GPU render it. So, yeah, and it's getting very, very good And there's a hotly contested debate amongst nerds everywhere about, is it a real frame? I feel like AI generated frames like I feel about breast implants. If it's good work and I can't tell the difference, it's real. But may not be politically correct to say it that way, but dadgummit, that's how I feel. If you can't tell the difference between an artificially generated frame and a rasterized frame, does it matter? No, it does not. And I will say, back on the original DLSS, DLSS2, and then DLSS3, although DLSS3 was a notable upgrade from previous versions of DLSS, I will say that the original DLSS, not a fan. You could tell that it wasn't a rasterized frame. It was very obvious that it wasn't a rasterized frame. It did not give rasterized frame vibe or rasterized frame quality. However, the new DLSS is quite good. Had an opportunity to get hands-on with DLSS 4 out at CES in Vegas in January, and was highly impressed. DLSS does get better all the time, as you would imagine that it gets better all the time. The more data it collects, the more, fake frames it renders, the more accurate the fake frames get, and the less you can delineate a fake frame from a real frame. At this point, to me, the majority of applications that are using DLSS 4, it is indistinguishable to me between a rasterized frame and an AI-generated frame. So, with DLSS, you can take a game like, as an example, as Cyberpunk 2077, where if you're just talking like rasterized frames only, so real frames, non-AI-generated frames, and you set the settings to like, the wildest imaginable, highest possible settings on Cyberpunk, and you're in 4K, and you have like even a super beefy GPU like a 4090, so you get 24 gigs of VRAM and ample opportunity to crank things up, tons of horsepower in the GPU. You're still pushing, I think, like 35 frames or 32 frames or something native. Then you turn DLSS on, and thickety bam, you are well over 100 frames, and it is buttery smooth and highly impressive. So that is DLSS in a nutshell. That is how you can be playing in 4K with DLSS on and have sort of 100 frames, even at max settings with ray tracing and path tracing and all that other stuff. And it does look extremely cool, in my opinion. So yeah, phantasmagorical. And we're almost done here with Leslie's machine. I thank you, Leslie, for joining us today and helping us choose your cables. Because I remembered from earlier in the chat, you had mentioned you wished you had chosen pink, but we were out of it. We are out of a lot of cable colors right now. We still have quite a few available, but we normally have like 70 available, 74 or something like that. And we're almost always out or short of one or, a small handful of colors or whatever, but we have been cleaned out and we are waiting on a lot of cables. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this 4+4 pin CPU cable out for a moment, and I'm gonna put in the extension so it looks better. Because we want Leslie's machine to look as good as we can make it look. We've got our tape, our electrical tape on everything. I'll show you guys the cable management in the back once I've wrapped it up before we actually take it back to be tested and so on. We'll do will it post So when I built the machine here today on stream, we'll see if I did it right. And we'll try to turn the machine on and get it to do a power on self-test that is correct. And then I'm going to add this cable in here for you, Leslie, because I think it makes it look a little bit nicer. Turn that there thing so y'all can see it. Looks better than that plain spaghetti cable from the power supply. So we does it. If it looks better, we does it. For the most part, unless there's some kind of like pragmatic performance reason why we don't want to do it. So there's that. Get a nice little extra cable extension there. Keep it nice and clean. And then what I do when I plug these into the back, they got these little retention clips on them that fit over, lock them into place. But what I like to do, because I'm a believer in the Department of Redundancy department, is I take a little bitty bit of the good old black electric tape and I go around a couple times so that it doesn't come off during shipping or really any other time. It's secure. It's Leslie's PC. It's very important to us. And it's very important to Leslie. And Leslie is very important to us. And we want to make sure that Leslie's happy, because we don't just want to sell Leslie a PC. We want to sell Leslie every PC she's ever going to buy from now until she's done buying PCs. And we hope that she loves her PC and tells her friends and her family where she got it and says nice things about us and how this crazy dude built it on a live stream and talked all kinds of nonsense while he was doing it, and we just had a grand time. And hopefully, if all goes well and Leslie is satisfied with her PC gaming experience here at Alexander PCs, she will tell other people about us. And then they'll come and they'll buy PCs from us. And we'll sell more PCs. And that means that I can have another kid, like 7, 8, 9 kids maybe. We sell enough PCs. Because right now I have 6. I need more. I now have the first substitute for my basketball team, Brad. I got a 6th man.
You got a 6th man.
Which is ironic because my daughters are far better athletes than my sons. So far, we'll see about this guy. This guy's got big old hands.
Does he?
Yeah. She doesn't get that from me. I don't know. I had to ask the wife about that. I was like, "Are you sure about this?" You know, what's that mean? You sure about that?
Yeah.
Sure about that? So anyways, hopefully Leslie likes I put the little bonus cable extension in there, Brent.
Oh,
and
nice.
I explained DLSS. What else did I talk about? I was answering the phone. I don't even remember. I bet it was interesting though. We're gonna play Will It Post here
Yes.
momentarily. And I was explaining how I put electrical tape on stuff. And yeah.
Leslie said we're buying another next year too.
Let's go. If you do, before the next one, because you're an existing customer, you're entitled to a returning client discount. So contact the office, which is admin@AlexanderPCs with an S.com, and say, "Hey, got a PC from you last year. Really like it. Gonna buy another one, and I would like a discount code for a returning customer, and we will send you a unique code just for you that you can enter at checkout for a discount. And your code will be something fun, like Leslie is loyal or something like that, because Liz likes to have fun with discount codes. You know?
Would repasting GPU fall under the lifetime warranty if I wanted y'all to do it?
If we do it, that's fine. If you do it, you can no longer warranty your GPU. Because while I am happy to warranty my work, I will not warranty yours. Nothing personal. Not that I don't think you can do it, but if you are to delid a GPU and do all the thermal pads and paste and stuff again, that's what we call a major surgery. You know, I'm sure there are very numerous, like, competent YouTube guides on how to do such a thing. But it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Like, you know, it's not something I would undertake with a cavalier attitude. Even if you've done it many, many times before. That is one of those ones where you gotta pay attention because a lot of stuff can go sideways in a hurry.
Zombie Death says, I have the Phantom Gaming 7900 XTX in my Legatus from y'all, and the hotspot has jumped from 90 to always 100 or 105.
Always 100 or 105. Woo!
And he says he doesn't trust himself to do it.
Send it in. We'll do it. We will do it for you. That's a little spicy. 105.
Yeah, 105
Woo!
for hotspot's pretty.
Woo! It's getting up there.
Yeah.
It's getting up there. That sounds almost like a vapor chamber thing. You know? Interesting.
Hmm.
Hooking it. Hook it. It'll throttle itself. But yeah, if you want us to do it, send her in. We will be happy to do it. How's that looking in the front, Brad?
It's looking pretty good.
Are we business in the front?
We are business in the front.
Business in the front, party in the back. The 1090 mullet. Business in the front. The Kentucky waterfall.
I can't believe mullets are coming back in style.
The Canadian passport.
Is that what they call it? Canadian passport?
Hockey hair, good flow. Canadian passport, the Biff Pib. Business in front, party in back. The 1090. 10% up front, 90% in the back. Mull it over, get back to me. Yeah! I'm almost done, Leslie. I'm almost done. I'm almost finished. Just one more minute. One more minute, Mom. I have to beat this boss. I can't turn it off right in the middle of the boss fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I hated that.
I can't save in the middle of a fight, Mom. Yeah. It's out of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
It's out of the internet. I can't save in the middle of a round. There's other players. You're talking about, like, you know, he's playing Fortnite or whatever.
Yep.
I can't just save in the middle of a fight. Little bastard has almost a 3 KD ratio.
Really?
Yeah. I can't play with him. He kills me. I hate it. He's my kid. I'm allowed to talk trash. You're allowed to talk trash about your own kids. Not about other people's. That's the rule. Unless they're pricks. Then you can, they're uncouth little pricks. Then you can say bad things about them. Like, that kid's an uncouth little prick. A disrespectful little, you know. Dude, there's some kids. Oh my god. There's some kids in Eleanor's class. Boy, howdy.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, dude. So, my buddy Andy, that's an attorney, they got money and super nice family, and so they were having the birthday party for Andy's kid at Urban Air, and you know, they got a lot of dough, so they just invited the whole class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though it's expensive. So I didn't realize, number one, that because, like, you know, Eleanor got invited to the party because she's buddies with Andy's son and whatever. The whole class was gonna be there. And so I go there and I'm like, yeah, I'll hang around for the party, whatever, like eat pizza with the kids, you know, throw dodgeballs, climb the wall, whatever. You know. I think I'm still young enough to do that. Eleanor climbs the wall faster than me. It's embarrassing. My 9-year-old beats me up the climbing wall. No, I mean, yeah. In my defense, she's quite a talented little gymnast, but it's still sad when you're like a grown-ass man and your 9-year-old is like scrambling up the climbing wall. And you're like, ah! like, wait a minute. Yeah, so anyway, these kids were like just complete turds. I was like, what is going on? Like, do you not have parents? Like, like, these kids were so rude. And they were speaking to adults, like, in a way that I would never tolerate a child speaking to me. You know what I mean? If I wasn't in public. And I had some kind of say in the matter. Like, I mean, these kids were straight up little pricks, dude. And they were just disrespectful and obnoxious, and like, you know, they were just such turds to like the staff that worked there and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, like I want to beat your parents' ass because like who raised this? Like who raised this little shit show? Like what? You know what I mean? I mean, my kids are complete turds at home.
Yeah.
Because they know that they're like loved unconditionally and they can get away with murder, and ultimately I'll just be upset about it and like probably get mad and yell a little bit or whatever, but they know I'm not gonna like do anything.
Yeah.
You know, but like you would never see my kids like acting like that in public, not in a million years. Like I would never tolerate that. We were at the Verizon store picking up Eleanor's little like gizmo watch, you know.
Yeah.
And like I'm going to leave, and the guy was like, I just have to say that your kids were like so polite and respectful, and they didn't run around like maniacs and like play with all the samples and make a bunch of messes and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, they're not allowed to. like you know, he's like, well, they just sat there at the counter and like played a game with each other. And I'm like, yeah, because they're not allowed to run around and be dicks. Like we don't let them. like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're 9 at the time, like they're 8 and 11. They're not allowed to like tear your store apart. Like they're not allowed. Like of course my kids aren't doing that. They're not allowed. Like, you know, I mean it was like he meant it as like a compliment, but it just like reinforced in my head that like these people are just like throwing in the towel with these kids. So like, here's a screen. God. It's like,
yeah, right.
You know, don't make me do work to parent you. It's annoying. All right, should we play Will It Post?
Yes. All right.
Thermal paste.
This is for Twitch chat only, so if you're on another platform and want to participate, head over to twitch.tv/AlexanderPCs. This is Will It Post and have everything work. That means lights are on, fans are spinning, and we get the post light.
We gotta be able to play Will It Post on Beam, Brad.
I know.
Get on that. Is Angel in the chat? Angel! Alter the source code of Beam so I can play Will It Post. Completely reasonable ask. Listen, I'm gonna need you to recode your entire platform so that I can play this game. Come on, man. I know you got me. Will It Post? I won't turn it on until... Oh, I said I was going to turn it around. I said I would turn it around so y'all could see me from the back. Alright. Rate my cable management on a scale of 1 to Jacob. An 8.
I'll give it an 8.
On a scale of 1 to 8. On a scale of 1 to Jacob, with 1 being like your average DIYer and 10 being Jacob. Where am I at? Like a 7 or an 8 probably?
Murphy says 7.5 out of Jacob.
7.5 out of Jacob. About par for my course. About 7.5 out of Jacob. With 1 being your average PC DIY person. Whatever, it's not personal. Like when I solder pipes like twice every 10 years, it looks like shit compared to the plumber.
Yeah.
I mean, it still works and keeps it from leaking. It just looks shittier.
Very shove it in the closet, but it's still sorted.
Shove it in the closet. No. That's not shoved in the closet. That's like neatly bundled at the bottom. Like, you know? I mean, I don't give it perfection, but it's obviously managed and neat. Alright. The important thing is Leslie's happy. I don't care what the rest of you think.
Wait, don't turn it on yet. Leslie still has ads.
Leslie still has that?
Yeah.
The important thing is you can put the back panel on without it bending. That's the important thing.
That's the trick.
Which I can promise you, this back panel will slide right on. Without bending. Perfect.
And Leslie is back.
And Leslie, welcome back. We're all here for you today. True story. True story. I'll use my thumbs for the thumb screws, Brett. Who has two thumbs and uses the thumb screws? This guy. Alright.
Getting a new washer and dryer tomorrow.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my washer broke like 3 weeks ago.
Oh. What make and
Um,
model is your washer?
what? What make?
Mm-hmm.
It's a, or it was a Whirlpool.
A Whirlpool?
Yeah. It had a lid lock, and that solenoid or whatever was stuck locked.
Oh.
And we called the home warranty, and they came out, and he's like, the only way to fix this is to break it, and if I break it, home warranty won't cover it, and we would have to, so I'm not gonna do that.
That sounds like bullshit.
Yeah. So
Were you like, no?
well, the home warranty gives us money for
Yeah.
it to buy a new one. So,
Alright. Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, Home Depot said that my delivery is coming tomorrow between midnight and 11 p.m.
Between
that-
noon and 11 p.m.
No, 11 a.m.
Oh
Or,
my-
or
midnight and 11 a.m.
yeah,
Like,
midnight.
bro, if you show up at my house at midnight, you get shot.
That's like thanks. That's
Straight up.
very specific. So
Straight
all
up,
day.
dude. Midnight, you show up at my house at midnight, like unexpected. Good chance you're catching a round. And lead, it's not liquid at room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Somebody comes like barging into my house at midnight, uninvited. My kids are home. Room temperature challenge, sir. Like, I'll sort it out later. I'll call them to come get you. Because I'm too old to fight. I ain't fighting you. I'm shooting you. I'm too old for that.
All right. Go ahead and turn this puppy on.
Let's do it. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Moment of truth, Bradsky. Does TJ still know how to build a PC? Well, does he? Let's find out today on Will It Post. Do I see a green light? See a white light. Are we gonna get a green light after the white light, Red? Will we? I don't know. Yay! There it is.
Hey.
And it's gonna do that. It's just training the memory. Nothing wrong with it. We're good. We have now had a successful post. A successful power on self-test. So we win. We have one Will It Post on Leslie's PC build today. Now I'm going to send this little thing on Leslie's I/O shield so that she can plug the USB in. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, Leslie, I didn't notice that before I had to fix it. So that you can plug your USB in. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah. There we go. Only took me like forever because I talked way too much. But that's it. We have Leslie's new gaming PC here today. I'll put the front panel on. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Play the outro music. Brad's on the phone, so he can't play my outro music. There we go. So yeah. Brad, we won. We won Will It Post. We posted. Post it up. It's a successful win. You have to divvy up the points.
Yeah, just gotta hit yes. There we go.
Yes.
Congrats.
Did anyone bet against me?
What's up, Angel, again?
Did anyone bet against me?
No, nobody betted against me.
Never bet against me. I'll win just to spite you. Brad knows what a terrible loser I am when it comes to literally anything.
No.
I hate losing. Hate losing. I don't let my kids win board games and shit.
Oh no.
No, I mean Ellen, but
Yeah.
not the boys. Not the boys. I don't let Alexander beat me in chess. I play him without my queen,
Okay.
but I don't let him win. Because I don't want him, If you let him win, the day they finally beat you, they're going to think that you let them win. Which I think is, kind of mean.
Yeah.
If you're going to beat me, If we compete in something and you beat me, I'll shake your hand and say congratulations, and then when I'm 3 steps past that, I'm gonna kill this man next time. Believe me, 3 steps afterwards, I'm already plotting how I'm gonna get your ass next time. But I'm not a bad sport. I just hate losing.
Yeah.
I just hate it. I just hate losing at anything. I'm a psycho competitor. Denise thinks I'm crazy. Which I suppose is arguable, but whatever. Yeah. What else? Does anyone have any questions about anything? Do we have any more AMA or anything? Ask me about religion, politics. Let's go. I came on this stream today I'm gonna get canceled. Let's go. Ask me anything. Give you my opinion.
That sounds like a threat.
No one wants to know anything? Alright, maybe I'm just not that interesting. What's up?
You're streaming?
Yeah, I stream every now and then. Yeah. I actually have the record for the best attended stream,
That is true.
and it's not even close.
That's very true.
Because everyone agrees. My hair, way better than Jacob's. Way better. Way better. I'm far handsomer. Of course, I'm older and fatter and shorter, but I'm far handsomer. Gotta take my wins where I can get them.
Yeah.
I have way more kids. Way more kids. It's a beat down 6-0. Bro, are you even trying?
Yeah.
6-0, are you even trying?
Volcara asks, how good are you at Super Smash Bros?
Not that good. Not as good as Alexander. Not as good as my 12-year-old. sadly.
What's the name of this case?
This is the V-True M05. And they don't make it anymore.
Yeah.
They literally just stopped making it.
Crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Crunchy's the way to
Absolutely. Yeah.
go. Have you ever made your own peanut butter?
No.
Good. It's easy.
I don't have that kind of time.
The food processor does all of the work.
I don't have a food processor.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That explains it.
That's with this new context.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I don't actually own a food processor. Therefore, I would have to do it like the old way with like a mallet.
Yeah.
Like a mortar and pestle.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I'd
Murphy says just make your kids do it.
make my kids do it, yeah. No, my children are forced to work, actually. So, matter of fact, Alexander, that's why the company is Alexander PCs, because of my son, Alexander. Alexander will be working here this summer, and he will get to do all the fun things, like clean the toilets, organize the cables, take the garbage out, break the boxes down, mop the floor, clean the sink. All of this stuff no one else wants to do, that he will surely not enjoy, but I don't care, because that's what I had to do when I was that age. I own the company, I still clean the bathrooms. True or not?
True.
I take the garbage out, I break the boxes down, clean the sink, I mop the floor, clean the windows, I water the plants. This is a small business, baby. You cannot ask other people to do things that you yourself are not willing to do. Someday, we will be a company that has proper CEO that does CEO shit. And I will not work here anymore. Because I'll be dead or retired. Both. You never know. But yeah.
Space Insect says, my man. And then Zombie Death says, good, teach him responsibilities.
That is right, because stop me if you've heard me say this before, Brad. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yep.
And if you are at the McDonald's making the basket of fries, totally understand. Probably not what you want to be doing in 10 years. But while you are there, you should make the best damn batch of fries that you possibly can, and I mean that. No matter what you are doing, you should do it absolutely as well as you can do it. Because what you'll find in your life is that discipline that you start applying to little, seemingly unimportant things will bleed into other things in your life and have a compounding positive impact. And over the course of your decades of life, you will end up in a much better place than you otherwise would have, just by paying attention to the detail and putting in the effort. How many times have I said that?
A lot.
All the times.
Yep.
Probably all the times. I mean that stuff. I mean it. What
Angel
else we got?
says, TJ, the announcement, in quotes, will be released on the Newswire tomorrow.
Oh. Are we allowed to talk about it?
Good question. I don't know.
I'm asking.
Yeah, Angel, are we allowed to talk about it, or should we wait?
Should we wait? Should we say it?
Do or do not, there is no try. Let's party up.
Party up.
Zombie Dust also says, do you have any new dad advice?
New dad advice. Man, dang, dude, being a parent is like the hardest and most important thing that you will ever do, and it's by far the most rewarding thing that you'll ever do. In my experience, nothing else is even close. Raising children is incredibly frustrating, insanely fun and rewarding and gratifying at the same time. Probably the worst part about being a parent, I'll lead with the bad. I'll lead with the bad. Yeah, probably the worst thing about being a parent is when you see your kids, because no one's perfect. When you see your kids having negative traits or tendencies or something that you know they got from you, that is the worst part of being a parent. Because you're like, damn, like, oh, because I'm that way, that's why he or she is that way, and and it just sucks. But it's also, I would say, like, you know, you'll go through phases, like it's hard to talk to your kids sometimes. Like my 12-year-old right now doesn't want to have like serious conversations with me. Like your kids are always watching what you do, and if you model good, like positive behavior and good relationships and such for your kids, that's going to be, like I have a great marriage. I've only ever been married one time to one person. We're probably that annoying couple that like all our friends secretly hope gets a divorce because like we don't fight about anything. You know, not that we necessarily like agree on every little decision all the time, because we don't. But we agree about like all the big decisions. And we agree about all the big decisions because we fundamentally have the same core values. Like the things that are the absolute most important things to me is the same group of things that are like the absolute most core important things to her. And we agree about what those things are and like how we should handle those things. And I know this because we talked about these things before we got married. What a fucking idea. Like, you know, you should talk about whether or not you want kids before you get married. Like,
Right.
That's a conversation you should have, in my opinion. And, you know, but I also firmly believe that one of the reasons that I have a good marriage is, one, I put effort into it, but two, I know how to have a good marriage because my parents had an exceptionally good marriage and have been married for almost 50 years. I am 44 years old. My parents, I believe, have been married for 47 years. I think it'll be 48 years this year. I have never heard my father so much as raise his voice to my mother in my 44 years of life. Now, I can't for a minute believe that my parents have never had an argument. I cannot for a minute believe that my parents have always agreed on everything all the time. You know, you're 50 years of your life with somebody, they had to have annoyed you at some point. Like, not possible to not be annoyed. But I firmly believe that one of the reasons I have a very good, healthy marriage is because I saw my parents have one. And I think a lot of people unfortunately don't get that opportunity because, you know, people split up, things happen, there's, you know, blended families and whatever. But I think there's a way that you can still model like good, respectful relationships and parenting and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm, you know, being a parent is honestly like the best shit. Like it really is, you know, because we're all here until we're not, and at some point we'll all be gone. And then really what's left of you is really just what other people remember of you and talk about, and your kids. That's it. And even if you manage to like be super successful by the scorekeeping or whatever, meaning you made like a shit ton of money, or you had really kick-ass cars, or, you know, cool watches and shit like that, and there's nothing wrong with those things. I believe that having like material goals is super important if you're going to be successful. Like if you want a Ferrari, and like, dude, if you make enough money to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a car, God bless you. Seriously. You know, like you making more money didn't cost me shit. It's not a zero-sum game. You know, you can win and I can still win. You know, you didn't steal it from me. You know, like you doing well didn't screw me out of some opportunity. And if you're somebody that has that attitude, you're probably going to be a fucking loser. Like, just being honest with you. If you're somebody that feels like if someone else is winning, it's because they're screwing people over or whatever. I'm not saying there's nobody out there like that, but in the vast majority of cases, successful people are successful because they fill some need in the market, or they create some product or service that compels people to spend money on it, which means that there's value there. You know, that's how the system works. And in general, the system works pretty well. And not that there aren't bad actors out of there, but for the most part, if people are successful, you know, they work really hard at it. I mean, everybody I know that has super nice cars or big ass houses or, you know, whatever, like they worked really hard and they did something cool. And, you know, so it's definitely possible, but all those things are temporary. I think it is good to have those material goals, because if you are doing something and you're genuinely putting in your best effort, like it's difficult. You know, like building this company has been really difficult. And I cannot tell you how many times it's been like 2 o'clock in the morning and I need to like update the listings on the website, and I just don't want to do it. I'm tired. And I just want to go to bed. And I don't feel like screwing with it, you know, and I don't want to get it, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? But when you have those thoughts, if you have like a goal that you're working towards, even if it's a material goal, then you can be like, you know what? Like the guy that gets the Ferrari doesn't go to bed. He finishes the thing and then he goes to bed. And if you can use that as like a driving force to motivate you, then those things can have a really good impact on your life and on the behavior that you're modeling for other people. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with having nice shit at all. People will always be haters and jealous and whatever. You know, why do you care what they think? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why we have this tendency to feel bad about getting criticized by people that you absolutely would not take advice from. Like, if I would not take advice from you, I don't give a shit about your opinion of me. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Not to be rude. Not like I have anything against everybody or whatever, but like some random on the internet, oh, F that guy. Yeah, F you. What do you, you know, I don't know you random dork. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
if somebody who I know and respect, who's like accomplished things in their life and I value their opinion, and they're like, hey, you're doing that wrong. You know what I mean? That person's probably trying to offer you advice. But, you know, I would not take advice from people who haven't done anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you should do this. What have you done? You know, what qualifies you to give me advice? Like, you know, not that I'm some, like, brand entrepreneur or something like that, because I'm not. I haven't accomplished anything compared to what I want to. I mean, we're still like way at the beginning, you know, and there's people out there, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, like, I mean, just titans of, you know, entrepreneurship and leadership, and like, you know, and they all had great ideas and like innovated, and they all worked their butts off, you know. There's nothing wrong with having nice stuff. And if it motivates you to like put the work in when you don't feel like it, like it's a really positive impact that it can have. So I think everybody should have goals like that. I have a thing where I want to take my daughter to get ice cream in a lime green Lamborghini convertible. And like when it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I just don't effing want to answer one more email, but I know I need to, that's what I think about. Like, if I'm going to take Eleanor to get ice cream in a Lamborghini, I need to get this done. You know, it sounds like a stupid thing.
Yeah.
But if it helps you, like, stay focused on the long-term vision of what you're trying to do, then there's, like, value in that. But at the same time, you don't want to put too much stock in that stuff, because, you know, they're going to bury you with it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you know, we're gonna give a trophy to the richest guy in the cemetery. You're still dead. You know what I mean? You know, like, you're only here till you're not. And, you know, hopefully you got a good long time left and whatever, but you never know. Anything can happen. So when it comes to kids, it's like, you know, it happens real fast. Because I got a kid that's 6 days old and I got a kid that's 24. and I got a kid that's 21 and 12 and 9 and 6. And it seems like the 24-year-old was 6 days old just yesterday. You know, and it just goes. And I still, in my head, I'm still that 19-year-old kid that had a kid, you know? But the reality is I'm not. I'm a 44-year-old fat man. You know, but it happens fast, man, and you don't get that time back. Like there's a lot of things in life where you get a do-over. Like you can hit the reset button, you can try again, you can whatever, but not with time. And when it comes to time and it comes to kids, you don't get that time back with the kids. Like once they're grown, they're grown. Like that's it. They're not going to be kids again. So yeah, you know, my mom was a super meticulous housekeeper. And I always remember, because again, my mom was somebody that took pride in everything that she did. Still does. I mean, to this day, you can eat off the bathroom floor at my parents' house. No bullshit. My mother is a fanatically, like, on it housekeeper. You know, my dad is a very talented, like, tinkerer and can fix, like, anything, you know? And so everything at my parents' house is always, like, nice and clean and everything works, you know, like all the light switches are, you know, there's never anything, like, broken or not working or whatever. And, you know, my parents don't have, like, the biggest house, and they live a nice home, you know, but it's not like it's some Barrington Hills mansion or something like that. But they take pride in what they have, and they maintain it, and they keep it nice, and they take care of it, and they value it and respect it. And, you know, my mom was a crazy meticulous housekeeper when we were kids. My mom stayed home with us kids until my sister was in like 3rd grade or something, and then she went back to work. But I mean, my mom would like wash the curtains like every month, stuff. Like, I'm talking hardcore. And if you asked her now, like if she could go back and do it over, she would tell you, you know, I wish I didn't weight that kind of stuff as heavily as I did, you know, and I wish I would have just like stopped and enjoyed spending time with the kids more. You know, so I'm always telling Denise, like, you know, it's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be able to work and provide on a level that allows her to be home with the kids, right? Like that to me is like the biggest flex ever, is that we have 6 kids and my wife can stay home and be a full-time mom. And actually with as many kids as we have, like actually the daycare would probably cost more than most incomes. So there is a financial, and I'm telling her that too, because she'll occasionally be like, you know, I don't feel like I contribute financially or whatever. And I'm like, you know, one, it doesn't matter, because the work that you're doing day to day with our kids and being like the parent that's present every single minute of every single day, and, you know, like that's actually the more important thing than what I'm doing, which is basically putting money in the checking account so that you can do those other things.
Yeah.
You know, so like I look at it as I'm serving my family by allowing her to do that, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to me to be able to do that, because as a dad, the absolute greatest gift that I can give any of my kids is their mother, and having her around all the time.
So guys,
See
Yeah.
that would be my dad advice. You know, it's not pragmatic for everybody. Denise didn't always stay home. Denise didn't stay home until Eleanor was like 2. You know, we couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Financially, we couldn't do it. You know, we both had to work. And then we got to the point where we didn't both have to work. I've worked very hard to stay at that point, because, you know, as a dad, the greatest thing that you can give your kids is their mom. That's my opinion. That's how I run my life and my household, and, you know, how my wife and I manage our relationship. But everybody's mileage may vary, but that's how I would answer the question. I was like philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Marry a person who's a better person than you. But I nailed it. And she's way hotter than me. My wife like falls out of bed with monster breath and bad hair, and she's at least an 8 still. What else? I said it. We good? What time is it?
5:23. And Anarchist Healing says he's from Bray stream, and he says, hello, finally got to see the legend himself of Alexander PCs.
The legend himself. Brad's on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to be on camera, man. I don't like how I sound. Like if I
Nobody does.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of my voice on, and I don't like how I look. You know, the camera adds 10 pounds. How many cameras are on me, dude?
Yeah.
What the hell? You know, I always look shorter and fatter and whatever. I still have better hair. Although I'm starting to get a little bit of like the recede there. I've always had like a widow's peak type of hairline, you know, but I'm starting to thin out right in the corner there or whatever. I'll have to go to Turkey and get a hair transplant. I'll get a beard transplant too. I'll be a little, you know. Mine's like just thick enough that it doesn't look patchy. It's like barely there. It's like barely good enough to be like a real beard. It's like a hockey playoff beard, but like the kid's not really that old yet. you know what I mean? Remember when the Blackhawks were good and like, and like Kane and Taves would grow their playoff beards and they were like shitty compared to like like Duncan Keith that had this like total mountain man beard going on. And it's like, yeah, I'm like one of those, you know, one of the fresh faced guys and doesn't, you know, I gotta clean it up because it doesn't fill in good up here on the cheeks. You know, it's good down here. You know, where you don't want
That's my same problem as
here.
here.
Where you don't. It's good down here where you don't want it. But I wish it came in better like up here, you know, where I do want it. It's good enough that it's not terrible.
Yeah.
You know, if it was much worse, it would look like I wasn't allowed within 100 feet of a Chuck E. Cheese. It's not that bad. You know? It's not that bad. It's not like, you know, those guys that look like they have a warrant. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Like, I'm not like, I mean, I get it. I'm trying to be funny. It's tongue in cheek, but you also know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong here.
There's a thread of truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know? What else? Anything else?
Angel did say, don't talk about it yet.
Don't talk about it yet. I didn't.
And then, but maybe we can do a Beacon Max call, and we can record a few words from TJ explaining why he did it.
Why did I do it?
Let's save it for the Beacon.
Yeah, save it for the Beacon. Lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. There's actually lots of reasons. There's a few good reasons, I think. You don't really need that many good reasons to do shit. If you can go with one good reason, that's usually enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
One good reason is usually enough to do something. If it's a legitimately good reason. What else we got? Anything?
Nothing else.
Really, you don't want to know anything? Am I just boring? Like, am I just not that interesting of a person? No one's curious. I guess no one cares about my opinion. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, to be honest.
Anarchist says, nah, you're not boring.
Appreciate that. I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Brad? Let's cover one more subject.
One more subject.
One more.
Oh, Valkyra says, do you have business cards for me to pass out at ASEN next week?
Sure. I'll bring them over. Valkyra is my sister, by the way.
What should we talk about?
Random talk. Let's ask Rock. Rock, what should we talk about? Let's put the AI. Put baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. What's in the box?
What is a random topic to talk about?
Random topic of discussion. And the transition of the ancient Greek pole from an aristocratic warrior ethos to a communal hoplite ethic. Go. Sadly, I could answer that one.
How about we discuss the potential of space tourism, with companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin pushing the boundaries of commercial space travel. It's an
Space?
exciting time to think about the future, what the future might hold for regular people visiting space.
Would you go to space?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Just out of like morbid curiosity?
Yeah.
I am.
Going to space.
I'm too big of a pussy
Why
to go
would
to
you
space.
ever do that?
100%.
If I had the opportunity to go to Mars, I would.
No. No.
Here's
100.
the question. If it was certain that you wouldn't come back and you would die out there, would you do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brad's like, I don't give a shit if I die here.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
No.
100% I would do it.
I'm too big of a wuss.
I mean, it would be scary. But I think it would be cool to be like one of the first humans or potentially life to step foot on another
I would
planet,
like to like
you know?
experience weightlessness for like a little bit.
You can do that.
You can kind of do it like skydiving and shit like that.
No,
like
they
I,
have, like,
Yeah, the zero-G
places.
planes and stuff.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would,
I'm pretty sure they even have like places on the ground that like.
Well, I know they have like the
Yeah.
skydiving, like the air tunnels or whatever.
yeah, the wind tunnels that you can go into with
Yeah.
like your I would have when I was younger.
I looked at those. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to look me up.
No?
Not a big enough fan.
Want to see Brad in a wingsuit. You know, those like wingsuits, and then the dudes like jump off the canyon ledge and like, you know, like I probably would have done that stuff when I was younger. But I am now at the age where like I'm just, if someone was like, I want to go to space, I'd be like, have fun. It's gonna be a no from me, dog. I'm too big of a wuss to go to space.
See a
now.
zombie.
I'm just flat out too big of a wuss. I'm not going to space. Nope. Hell no.
I think it would be cool.
There's no air.
Well, yeah. But,
I mean, heat hills.
yeah.
Like you can't breathe there, bro.
Would you ever go scuba diving?
I have gone scuba diving.
Well, there's no air there either.
I brought my own air.
Well,
Like you would in space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Key difference between scuba diving and space. Scuba diving, you can get back to the air is like way faster.
That's fair. Okay.
Like way faster. By the way, scuba diving, freaking terrifying. 10 out of 10, not recommended.
Really?
The ocean scares the shit out of me.
Same. Yeah. And actually, going up faster can fucking kill you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It gives you the bends and stuff. Gives you the bends.
Yeah.
Denise gets altitude sickness.
Really?
Yeah, she got sick as a dog when we went to the Haleakala volcano in Maui.
Yeah.
And we came back down. She was like puking.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. She had to get checked.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And so that's how we
Huh.
found out she gets altitude sickness. Like bad.
I've always wanted to go scuba
I'll
diving.
never live in Denver. If I get mad at my wife, go on to the mountains.
You can't follow
You
me.
can't follow me. You'll get sick.
Oh.
Well, we always thought like we didn't know because like every time we fly somewhere, she just is like down for count after the flight. So anytime we ever travel, we try to like get in at night and then just check into a hotel. She goes to sleep like immediately. She
Mhm.
always feels like complete crap after a flight.
Dang.
Wakes up the next day, she's totally fine. And it's altitude sickness. And yeah, I don't know why she gets it. It sucks that she does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I've done tons of like crazy, like risky stuff. You know, skydiving. I was, paratrooper in the Army, Ranger School, lots of explosives. Like, you know what I mean? Flying around in helicopters, like inches above the treetops, like, all that stuff. Shooting guns, like, out in the woods, jumping off bridges in my underpants, whatever. Like, tons of that stuff. None of that stuff scares me. But like being in the ocean, bruh, I don't know what's down there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's down there. You know, I ain't supposed to be in there. Like if something that's from there like came after me, like I'm at a disadvantage. Fight me on land.
Yeah.
I know how things work here. Fight me on land. Like I'm not, in the ocean. No, hell no. Nope.
The ocean doesn't bother me. I'm afraid of heights. Like,
Yeah?
definitely afraid of heights.
Really?
Ocean does not bother me at all.
No,
You
ocean.
should just go out into deep ocean and you just stick your toes in there.
I would do it. I wouldn't.
Freaky, dude.
No,
No.
it's-
Hell no. No.
Yeah.
No. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go to the beach and like
Yeah.
get in the water and stuff. I'm not, whatever. But like, dude, you're going like 30 miles offshore and a swim break, and there's all these dudes like jumping in the water swimming. I'm like, you're out of your effing mind. Nope.
Angel says, since we do not have Beam members on right now, we can record his words by Alexander PCs or why Alexander PCs is becoming an investor in Beam.
Oh,
Let's set the recording software. I can do that.
all right. What are we doing? All right. I got. Well, he said it. Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Angel said it.
You said it. You told me not to say it, bro. Then you said it. I think you're just testing me.
Yeah.
I didn't do it because you said not to do it.
Yeah. So do you want to say a couple words? I have it recording right now. He'll do it on his end. Okay.
On his
Let me know when you're ready.
Do I have to look directly into the camera and be like, after a lot of contemplation and much soul searching.
Yeah.
No.
Have to rub your fingers together, like.
So, spirits moved me to. All right,
yeah,
so
good to go.
breaking news for those who don't know, which should be everyone until Angel let it out of the bag mere moments ago. Alexander PCs is now an investor in Beam. So we are moving towards, we are making financial investments in Beam. I would say it's pretty much a no-brainer why we're doing it. I'm certainly flattered to be invited. There's no shortage of people who have been trying to chase Angel down and beg him to invest in Beam, and I think it speaks well of his character that he's beating most of them back with a stick and only inviting people that he truly wants to be part of the project. So there's I don't think there's really any people in Beam that are just there like to get a monetary return on the investment side. I think everybody is pretty much a believer in the actual project and in his vision specifically of what he's trying to do with Beam in terms of the future of live streaming, in terms of the tools that Beam is providing to creators that other platforms simply don't have. And we've been working with Beam for a while now, and it's been absolutely exceeding all of our expectations on every level, whether it be the tools themselves, whether it be the community, all of those things. We saw insane numbers for growth last month with Beam. 390%, I think, was the metrics that came out. So just having been involved with Beam for a while now and seeing kind of the trajectory that things are on, and then being asked to get involved as an investor, it was a pretty easy decision. It's honestly, it's an honor and a privilege to be even invited to join the group of investors with Beam. We're thrilled about being there, and really looking forward to continuing to working with Beam to help build this thing. Huge amount of confidence in Angel and his track record, just over the course of his career. I won't tell you how old he is, but he's been around. He's seen it. He knows a good thing when he sees it. He's been involved in a lot of winners, and you know, you see when it comes to small businesses, you know, you hear the statistics, you know, 90-something% of businesses fail within the first 18 months or the first 48 months and whatever. And, but then you see people like Angel who have been involved with a number of projects over an extended period of time, and they have an incredible win rate. And you don't consistently beat the odds like that unless you get it, you know. And some people just get it. They understand how to get from idea, from vision to actual implementation. And you know, there's an art to that. It's a process, and I'm still kind of figuring it out here. You know, Brad and I talk a lot about where we want to go, and we also talk a lot about how, you know, we can get there, and what's, you know, what's the next best step and the next best step and the next best step. So um you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say one of the reasons that we chose to get involved with Beam is access to that mind. um you know, every time I talk to Angel, I come away with something that I can immediately take and implement into our operations here and make things better. And just in the short time that we've been working together, I've seen the positive impact that he's had on, you know, not only me personally, but also the organization, and by extension, the other people that work within our organization here. And yeah, I mean, it's just a logical next step. You know, when you're consistently working with a partner who's consistently exceeding all of your expectations every time, it's time to say, you know, how can we do even more together? So yeah, it's a pretty obvious move. We're certainly happy to have been chosen from, you know, I have some inside baseball on the number of people that were clamoring to get a seat at the table. So to be actually invited is certainly humbling, and we're definitely excited to be on board and looking forward to seeing what we can continue to build together. So we'll help Beam in any way that we possibly can. You know, there's gonna be a lot going on with Beam over the next few months, and then even more beyond that. I won't steal his thunder and you know, let more cats out of the bag, but suffice it to say, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. All right, are we done?
Yes. Burning Pulse, last question. What's up, Call, by the way? He says, do you plan to expand your team?
We do. We actually just expanded our team, and we plan on expanding our team more. I'm gonna compress my waistline and expand the team instead of going the other way.
Yeah.
Expanding my waistline and compressing the team. Yeah, so we're probably gonna be in a position where we're gonna have to onboard some production staff this year. At some point, I'm threatening you guys, you regular viewers of the stream. At some point, we're gonna have to move Jacob out of his production role and kind of move him up into a more of a management type of role. You know, he's earned it. He's been here for longer than anybody but me. And I think he's somebody that really understands the brand and the products and the community and what it is we're doing here. So I'm excited to get him into a role where he can be. Unfortunately, you guys won't see him on the stream as much. I'm sure he'll probably stream like I do now, just here and there, which will be great because then I won't ever have to stream. It'd be awesome. So you'll see some new faces here in the coming months, and I think it's a pretty safe bet that, I mean, it's still early in the year, but it's a pretty safe bet that by the end of the year, you know, we'll have moved Jacob into more of a management type of position where he's going around to some events and doing some traveling and managing some relationships with some different vendors and such. But you know, maybe we'll make Patty the face of the company stream.
I can.
Let's do it. Maybe we'll have Patty do a stream.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, they hate me. They
I don't
like
hate
me.
you.
They barely know you.
They always talk shit.
Listen, haters are just confused fans. Yeah, so I mean at some point you guys will lose the 3 times a week Jacob. Maybe he'll be like 1 time a week Jacob or something. Jacob 1 time. Jay's 1 cent.
Jacob 1 cent.
Jacob's 1 cent. Because he only gets 1 stream a week. Jacob's 1 cent instead of Jay's 2 cents. It'd be Jay's 1 cent because he only streams once a week. I like it. Let's run it.
Wolfie says that's okay. Jacob makes me lose points.
Yeah,
Whenever Wolfie comes in and bets all his points on yes, there's something wrong. He loses it all.
Man.
Oh, it's so funny.
See? Alright. We gotta go, man. I still got a bunch of stuff I gotta do.
Cool.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.